Hello, Angela. Good morning.
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
Fine, fine. Thank you.
We missed you.
I miss you guys as well. How was last week? Was it okay?
Okay.
Okay. Did you have any problems or something last week?
Mm, Not, but the teachers are different
Hmm.
than you, and I don't know. In my opinion, I don't like
Okay.
the classes, or I don't know.
Okay. Okay. I understand. Don't worry. Well, don't worry. Now we're gonna be back, and well, you guys are gonna be with me. Um, but did you have questions with what you practice or something, or was it okay? I mean, at least with the topics and stuff.
With what, teacher?
With the topics or the activities you did.
And only a little confused with present perfect and present perfect progressive.
Okay, so maybe we can check that on Wednesday. We finish what we have to finish today, and then we check that on Wednesday. Because I don't have we don't have we are just going to check the TED Talk video, and maybe I can help you a little bit with the present perfect and present perfect progressive.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, let's just wait a couple more minutes. Let's see if somebody joins us. If not, we'll start.
Okay, teacher.
Mhm. Hello, Annie. Good morning. Okay, I guess we can start now. And now we have Angela and I have Annie here. Okay. And as I said, well, as I told Rocky in the WhatsApp group and in here, today we are going to have a short session. We are only going to finish a listening, well, some listening activities. We're going to have just a short discussion about something, and we're going to talk about the project that you have to do for Friday. Okay, so we're probably going to be finishing around 11:10, more or less. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Now, in this case, the first thing that we're going to do is this thing. It says in here that you will listen to Linda Steinbock talking about her work at Save the Children. Okay, so she works here, Save the Children, and she's going to talk a little bit about that. But before that, this is what I want you to check. It says, before listening to this, oh, sorry. I'm going to ask you to focus on this question. It says, what do you think she feels? Oh, sorry, it's why. Why do you think she feels passionate about working in her job? What do you think Save the Children is? Okay. And I'm going to give you around 3 minutes, more or less, for you to use the Zoom chat and just answer to these questions. Okay. Why do you think she feels passionate about her work? And what do you think Save the Children is? Okay. And for example, I put here, I think she feels passionate because she likes to work with children, etc., etc., etc. Okay.
Okay.
So please answer those questions and let me check in the Zoom chat.
Teacher,
Yes.
sorry. It is before the watch the video?
Yes, we're gonna do it before
Okay.
we watch the video. Yes. So right
Okay.
now you can do it, and then I'll read the question, the sentence, the answers, and then we will watch the video.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Hi, Eder. Eder, we are answering these questions.
Good morning.
Good morning. We are answering these questions in the Zoom chat. Is why do you think she feels passionate about her work? And what do you think Save the Children is? This is your opinion. You don't have the information because we haven't watched the video. So it's whatever you think.
Okay, okay.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. She's okay. I agree with that. She's trying to make a better future for children. Okay, so before we watch the video, I just want to check Angela's and Eder's answers, and then we're gonna be watching this.
Okay.
Okay, I think she feels passionate for her work. Okay. Okay, also interesting. All right. So it's for the intelligent kids, as you mentioned, all right? And I think it's related similar to what Annie said, to make a better future for them. And as Angela is also saying, it's a special, that they have a special way of thinking. Okay, very good, interesting.
Teacher is of thinking.
Of thinking, yes.
Yes.
Yes, don't worry. Okay, so we're gonna continue with this. Now we are actually going to watch the video. And I'm going to send this particular picture to the WhatsApp group, okay? Because it has the questions, and you're not gonna be able to see them because we're gonna go to the software. So question 1 says, listen to the activities she does in this organization, okay? And then I have letter A, helps design monitoring and evaluation systems. Letter B, builds places where children can study. Or letter C, the activities are that she works with people of the regions to create more spaces for children. Okay, you're going to listen, and I want you to pay attention to the activities she does. Okay. All right, let me just send the picture to the WhatsApp group, and then we can play it. Okay. All right, the picture, I already sent it. Let me know if you receive it.
Yes.
Okay. And now I'm going to go to the software of the book. Let me check. Okay. Tell me when you see the software of the book. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna play. Please pay attention to what it says in here, what she says, and you're gonna tell me what is the activities that she does.
Save the Children is a leading independent organization for children around the world. A big part of what we do is support children who are affected by war and disasters. So my work focuses specifically on the Asia region, and I help design monitoring and evaluation systems that track how effective our programs are in healthcare, education, and so on. Then based on that evidence, we work with governments to develop better policies and design projects aimed to improve children's lives.
Okay. So did you get the answer?
Yes.
Okay, so I think this one was simple. So according to, let me just go back to the presentation. Okay, so what are the activities that she does?
Health design
Health
monitoring,
design
and
monitoring and
evaluation
evaluation
system.
system.
Okay, this one, yes. So this one is correct. Good. And then we're gonna continue with this second activity or the second question. It says, what is the aim? The aim is a purpose. What is the aim or purpose of the organization? And then we have the options: to support children affected by war and natural disasters, to support poor children, or to support needy families with no parental figures. Okay? We're gonna again watch another part of the video, and now I want you to focus on this question, okay? Let me send it to the group. Questions with that question?
No.
No.
All right. So, are you ready for me to play the video?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
When I was 12, I went on a family holiday to Myanmar, and I met a boy near the pagodas where he was selling postcards, and I was writing in my notebook, and he came over to me and asked me if he could have my pen, instead of trying to sell me the postcards. So I asked him a little bit about his life, and he told me that he had an ambition to be a doctor and to learn to write in school, etc. And so I was searching in my bag for everything that I could give to him, because my school taught us that everyone had a right to education. And so I felt that, you know, any little piece of information or material that I could to help someone fulfill their potential, I would do so. So when I left, I went back to Singapore, and I volunteered in hospitals and schools with children as part of my school activities, children with special needs in particular. This helped me realize what it is that I wanted to work in the future, and in particular in international development in the aid industry. Well, I studied geography and development studies in universities, and I did an honors year in Indonesia after the tsunami, 6 years after the tsunami. And it helped me gain valuable skills and insights into issues on the ground. And I'd also say that interning is extremely important to get a better idea of what it is that you want, and to see whether all the hard work in trying to get into the industry is in fact what you want to spend your efforts on. So I interned in Save the Children during university to try out different positions within the organization. And I really believed that, you know, the aid industry is a very difficult industry to get into. So you should, if this is really your passion, never give up on your passion, and find a way to get in, and yeah, and persist. That's the biggest advice I can give.
Okay, so let me go back to the PowerPoint presentation, which is this one. Okay. So according to her, what is the purpose of the organization Save the Children? A, B, or C?
I think it's A.
Okay. What about the rest? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's A too.
Yes, it's letter A. So the purpose is for like this organization in particular. They support, they help, and they support children affected by war or natural disasters. Okay. Questions with this? With this particular question?
No.
Okay. And we're gonna do one more activity. And I'm sorry, one more question. This one is a, I mean, we pretty much noticed this, but we're gonna watch the video anyways. The question is, what are the things that influenced her decision to work in international development? And then we have the options: a natural disaster, a trip to a developing country, volunteer work, or an internship. Okay. So one of these are the things that, or is the thing that influenced her decision to work in international development. And we're gonna check that in the video, okay?
Mhm.
Let me send the picture to the WhatsApp group so you can have. All right. And let me play the video.
When I was 12, I went on a family holiday to Myanmar, and I met a boy near the pagodas where he was selling postcards, and I was writing in my notebook, and he came over to me and asked me if he could have my pen, instead of trying to sell me the postcards. So I asked him a little bit about his life, and he told me that he had an ambition to be a doctor and to learn to write in school, etc. And so I was searching in my bag for everything that I could give to him, because my school taught us that everyone had a right to education. And so I felt that, you know, any little piece of information or material that I could to help someone fulfill their potential, I would do so. So when I left, I went back to Singapore, and I volunteered in hospitals and schools with children as part of my school activities, children with special needs in particular. This helped me realize what it is that I wanted to work in the future, and in particular in international development in the aid industry. Well, I studied geography and development studies in universities, and I did an honors year in Indonesia after the tsunami, 6 years after the tsunami. And it helped me gain valuable skills and insights into issues on the ground. And I'd also say that interning is extremely important to get a better idea of what it is that you want, and to see whether all the hard work and trying to get into the industry is in fact what you want to spend your efforts on. So I interned in Save the Children during university to try out different positions within the organization. And I really believe that, you know, the aid industry is a very difficult industry to get into. So you should, if this is really your passion, never give up on your passion, and find a way to get in, and yeah, and persist. That's the biggest advice I can give.
Okay. So she described different things. So in this case, what were you able to identify? That she decided to work in international development because of a natural disaster, a trip to a developing country, volunteer work, or an internship. What do you think?
Mm,
Do you think so?
I think is volunteer work.
This one? Okay. What about the rest? What do you think?
Mm,
I am between a natural disaster and volunteer work, but
Okay, so you're in here. Okay.
yes, yes.
The rest agrees? Annie,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, I think the same.
Okay, so we're gonna check the answer, okay? All right, well, in this case, it's a combination of a volunteer work, internship, and this one, okay? A natural disaster, she mentions natural disaster, but she's talking about the countries that suffer natural disasters, okay? So her decision was actually going to a country, a poor country, the volunteer work that she did, and then the internship she had with Save the Children. Okay. Questions with this?
No.
All right. So let's go back to the presentation. So I mean, we said that it was, well, actually all of this. Okay. Okay, so in here we have international development, and I have what is international development. Can someone help me read this definition, please?
International development is the purpose of the vital work for the through the elimination of poverty, discrimination, and injustice.
Okay, so it's pretty much international development is what we want for a better world to eliminate poverty, discrimination, and injustice. Okay, do you have questions with this definition?
No.
Okay,
no, teacher.
no.
all right. So in this case, this girl, this woman, Linda Steinbock, was talking about the organization. What was the name of the organization? Do you remember?
Save the children.
Save the Children. Okay. So in this case, she pretty much, as we saw in here, this organization are the type of organizations who work to make a better world for countries that are poor, that suffer a lot of discrimination and injustice. So I want you to think about this. Imagine that you have the opportunity to work in a place like this. Okay. And I want you to be honest and tell me if you think you could get a job in international development. Why or why not? What do you think? Could you work in an organization like this? Yes, no? Why? And let's discuss this in a whole group.
Mhm.
So who wants to share his or her opinion? Who wants to be first? Well, we're not gonna go to breakout rooms because we're only 4 people, so we can do it here. But who wants to share?
I think yes, I work there because all the people can be like social mm, service social. Maybe
Okay.
one time a G for you.
Okay. So in this case, you're talking about maybe like doing social service work over there.
Yes.
Okay, all right, very good. What about the rest? What do you think? Would you be able to work?
Um, okay.
You first.
No, you first.
Well, in my case, I think yes, because I am a person who has many values, and I like this type of association or yes, association, and I work in a similar one recently.
Okay, where did
I
you work?
like what
Where did you work?
was in Instituto de la Juventud.
Okay, yes. And what were you doing there?
In this association, I did work relation with my career is marketing,
Okay.
and sometimes I do different activities on the street.
Okay, all right, very good. Interesting. Okay. What about the rest? Annie and Angela, would you agree on working like this or no?
I think yes. Because when every time that I was a little girl, I spent helping the others. In fact, I was in a little club in my church. The name was Sherpas, and they told us that if we have the opportunity to help others, we needed to do it.
Okay.
And I was going to travel to IT
Oh, okay.
when the earthquake happened, but I couldn't because I fractured my leg.
Okay.
But I was going to with my club. So yes, I think I will work there.
All right, very good. And what about you, Angela?
In my case, I think yes, because in particular, I like to work in this type of activities, and I think it will be of great help because I like to innovate and support this type of activities that are much needed in society today.
Okay. All right, very good. So yes, and I think um right now there are a lot of, maybe not countries, but a lot of places around the world that are developing places. And I mean, I think in a way that if every country would help or contribute with something, it would be different. But let's see what happens in the future. All right,
Yes.
very good. So continuing with this, okay, I have this picture, and actually, I think maybe it's, I mean, obviously, it is something that is related to the discussion. So before we actually write or say anything, in this picture, what do you see?
Uh, Two types of persons.
Okay, so two type of people, of persons. What about them? Why are they different, or are they the same?
Uh,
They have
their
a lot of things, and the other
their
have not.
economy situation.
Okay, so the economy situation. One person has a lot of things well, both of them have a lot of things in their car. Are they the same things or are they different?
Of course, different.
Capitalism and socialism.
Okay, so capitalism and socialism. All right. So we're gonna have a little conversation on rich and poor. Okay. Now, I want you to use the Zoom chat again. Okay. But I want you to make 3 sentences. for you to describe this picture in particular. Okay, I want you to make only 3 sentences in the chat, and you can put whatever you see in the picture, but only 3 sentences. Okay,
Okay.
and then we're gonna have a little conversation on this. All right, so things and things for surviving. Okay, very good. Okay, I agree with you also on different economical situation. Okay. Okay, so again, we're talking about one person has things and the other one person is lacking of the things, as Angela's mentioning. Okay, the sad reality, as Heather is mentioning. The type of lives. And yes, it definitely shows that there are people who are rich and people who are poor, as Javier is mentioning. I mean, sorry, as Heather is mentioning. Hold on, no, I miss. Javier mentioned this. Okay, so the mentality of people also, the pride, yes. Sometimes people don't like to be helped. Okay. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I think overall you have good ideas, and yes, as Angela is mentioning in the end, like we don't see what other people need, and Javier mentioned something that is true. It's similar to I guess a situation in our country. Okay, do you have a question, Nether?
No, sorry.
you no, it's okay.
Yeah.
So all right, very good ideas. So we're gonna continue with this. And okay, let me just erase it. All right, so I mean, we can talk about the situation here in Mexico, or we can talk about the situation around the world right now, because I think economy has stopped all over the world. But what do you think, or what are your thoughts about the rich and the poor in the present? Like, what do you think? Do we still have that like difference? Very like, can you actually see the difference between people who are rich and people who are poor, or no?
Um, yeah,
Yes.
well, they live in different ways.
Okay, so they live in a different way. What do you think about? Because, for example, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. The people from Honduras, Honduras. Remember, they were coming to Mexico
Mm.
and they wanted to go to the U.S.
Yes.
So how did people treat them? People in any economic situation, how did they were treated? Did were they treated good, or were they treated bad?
Well, I think it was the both. Some people try to make feel like, I don't know, they were doing bad, and
Okay.
some people try to help them, giving them food, giving them water,
Hmm.
or things like that.
Okay, so there were like these people who were trying to help them, and then these other people who did not agree with what they
Yes.
were doing.
Yes.
And now here in Mexico, do you think that there is a lot of separation between people who are rich and people who are poor?
Well,
Mm,
I think in every,
I'm sorry.
I don't know how to say, um, well, in every city, or it's two places, the rich ones and the poor ones.
Hmm.
Like, for example, San Pedro. You see the San Pedro rich and the San Pedro poor. And in the San Pedro rich, you see every street clean and a big houses, and you usually don't see a poor people there. And if you go to San Pedro Poor, you see every type of poor people.
Hmm.
And I think is depend because I've already see this uh, nowadays have a discrimination
Hmm. Okay.
in
Yeah.
the works or universities or in the streets because um, it depends
Uh,
the situation and and sometimes people are able to do many things to survive or,
Yes. I think that that's important. Like people. Well, one thing that you mentioned, discrimination. I think that's one of the things that has been happening a lot this year in every
yes,
country. And it's the fact that people are rich, or that the people have money and other people don't have money. It's also uh
and
pro.
it's the other country or the other culture.
Uh-huh, exactly. And so in this case, I think this question is actually related to what we discussed. But do you think that the fact that we still have people who are rich and people who are poor, do you think is it good or is it bad that we still have that this distinction between people? What do you think?
About if it's good or bad.
Yeah. Because, for example, here in Monterrey, I'm gonna put one example here in Monterrey. So in Monterrey, we have a lot of cities in Nuevo León. In Nuevo León. So we have Guadalupe, we have Monterrey, we have San Nicolás, and then we have San Pedro and Apodaca. So do you think that the people in San Pedro discriminate the people from other places in Nuevo León?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
All right. And
It's like
huh?
I don't know if I think they have like prejudice,
They have what?
like prejuicios
Okay.
in-
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Judgments. Uh-huh.
about the other people, and but I don't know. I think they are.
Yeah. So in this case, maybe not all of them. I think that there are people who are not like that, but I can say that maybe a lot of people are like that. But what do you think about this? So I am not discriminating. I'm just making this because it's something that I see, for example, on Facebook. Um, then we have people from Monterrey, like Monterrey, San Nicolás, and Guadalupe. So Monterrey, San Nicolás, and Guadalupe. Do you think, yes or no, do you think they discriminate people who live in Apodaca or Escobedo? What do you think?
Yes, only with the comments
Uh-huh.
that it's a rancho.
Uh-huh, exactly. And you know, even Monterrey, for example, like people in Monterrey or people in San Nicolás, in Guadalupe, they also say that, like tu rancho, for example, which is not true because, I mean, because it's not true. I mean, Apodaca, Guadalupe, Escobedo, they have a lot of things that, I mean, they are not a rancho whatsoever. But you see, we have like this tendency of thinking that even in the same state, Nuevo León, like we have still like people who are rich and people who are poor, and it's not helping the country at all. So
I think the discrimination exists, but in the same countries. For example, Apodaca versus Escobedo, and Escobedo or Garcia.
yes,
But it's just like a memes or something like that.
yeah,
But
I think we can.
discrimination, it doesn't exist. I think in your mind, for example, it's ignorance, but they they know they don't know how to earn more money. Sometimes it's the father or the grandfather, but when exists discrimination is just a person like don't know how to earn money. Just the fathers give give her or give them.
Uh-huh. So sometimes, and I think that's important, as you mentioned, Eder. Uh, for example, we have kids, children, and I think that maybe you have seen videos that children are not, they don't discriminate, but they listen to their parents or they listen to their
Yeah,
grandparents, and that's the
exactly.
problem. We create more, as you mentioned, more ignorance.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay, definitely. And I mean, in the end, it's all about this. It's ignorance about rich and poor.
And depends on the education with which the grow.
Yes, also the education. Everything, as they say, and maybe it's as we say here in Monterrey, like in Spanish, like it's muy choteado, the phrase, but it's all in the house. So if you want to give a good example to your kids, you act differently, and if you want them to be ignorant, as Eder put it, then you're going to be doing the work for them.
Because nowadays the people is like think like, oh, it's normal, but
Yes,
the
yes.
really that this is a problem, but the o sea, that is normal, right?
Yes, it's not normal.
And the people don't see this.
Definitely. All right. So I guess we can continue with this. And all right. Okay, I have. Can you see this picture that says presentation 1?
Yes.
Okay. So in here, we're gonna watch this one. It says in here that it's work individually, but I'm actually going to send it to you, and so you can do it for homework. It's only in this case, this one in specific, it says complete the transcript. This is the transcript of the presentation using the words in the box. These are the words that you have to do. But I think I mean, you can do it for homework. I don't think you're gonna have a lot of problems.
Okay.
You have your book now or no?
No, not yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna send the ones that have the book, it's on page 49. And the ones who don't have the book, I'm going to post it in Google Classroom or in Google Site, depending what's better. So you can answer this paragraph. But
This is for homework, right?
yeah,
Teacher?
it's gonna be for homework, yeah. But we are going to watch the video of of this girl, and she's going to be talking about her movie inspiration or her character inspiration. This video that you're going to see, it's something similar to what you have to do for your presentation. Remember, we have to do one presentation every course, similar to the one that you did for stress. So this Friday, I want you to prepare a presentation for next Friday. But the presentation is actually going to be about this. You can talk about your favorite movie. You can talk about your favorite character. You can talk about a movie that inspires you, or you can talk about a movie character that inspires you. Okay.
Teacher,
Uh-huh.
you can send this information to WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'm going to send all of this information to the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Again, if you have the book, you can check page 50, and you can again, I'm going to post all of this, but on page 50 you have some questions that you can follow to complete the presentation, and some phrases that you can also use in your presentation. The presentation, similar to the presentation you did in advanced 1, maybe it can be between 3 or 4 minutes. Sorry, this one is Friday. The presentation is going to be on Friday. Okay. What questions do you have?
Teacher,
Yes.
it can be from a book?
Yeah, it can be from a book as well. In here, I put movie or movie character, but if you want to talk about a book, you can talk about a book or a TV show or something. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
It's like the other presentation that explains.
About the stress.
Okay.
Yes. But I'm going to show you this. Let me just. Give me 1 second. Okay. We are going to watch the video. I don't know. Can you see the video?
Yeah.
Or the software, the book, it's not
Yes.
played. Okay. In here, in this video, you're going to see her talking about a movie character, her movie character that inspires her. In the video, I want you to pay attention to the video, and because it's something similar to what you have to prepare. Not exactly the same, but something similar that you can use. Okay?
Okay.
Let me just play the video.
Hello everyone, my name is Justine. Today I'm going to talk to you about my favorite fictional character, Dorothy Gale. She's the hero in the book The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. How many of you have seen the movie adaptation, The Wizard of Oz? Yeah, most of you have. Dorothy has inspired readers since 1900, when the book was first published. Here's why she's my role model. First of all, Dorothy is a team player. She's on a quest to find the wizard and go home. And she meets other characters who want to travel with her and find the wizard too. Dorothy is also a good leader. She's an inspiration to the other characters in the story, and she helps them to achieve their goals too. And of course, Dorothy is brave. She's only a young girl, but she's not afraid of the wizard or the Wicked Witch of the West. For example, she accepts the wizard's challenge to bring him the witch's broomstick. She can handle difficult situations. In short, I think we should all consider behaving a bit more like Dorothy. Be brave team players who are willing to lead. Thank you very much.
Okay, so in this case, was she talking about a movie or a movie character?
A movie character.
A movie character.
Mm-hmm. So she was talking about a movie character that inspired her. So you can do something like that. Or again, I go back to you know what, I prefer to do about a TV show or a character from a TV show or a book, and that's fine. Okay? I'm going to send this to the WhatsApp group, and let me show you this. And I'm gonna post this later in the Google site, so you can answer these questions. Okay?
Mhm.
And
Sure.
yes.
I'm sorry. In the presentation, I can put only pictures, and I speaking during the presentation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does. It's okay. Similar to what you did. If you want to do it like you did the last presentation, that's fine. You can put pictures and maybe put some key words or specific words, and then you can speak.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So this is going to be for Friday. Everybody has to present on Friday, and then on Monday we're going to have the quiz. The quizzes. Those are the only things that we're gonna do.
Monday 10, maybe.
Monday 10. Yeah. The only thing that we have left right now from Unit 3 is, let me show you. The only thing that we're going to do on Wednesday. Where is it? Hold on. The only thing that one of the things that we're gonna do on Wednesday is going to check the TED Talk video, and I'm just going to check with you whatever questions you have about present perfect and present perfect progressive. Okay.
Okay.
And that's going to be it for now. What questions do you have with your homework or the presentation?
Not.
All right. So I'm gonna send all the information to the WhatsApp group so you can have it. And I think that for now we can stop, and then I'll see you on Wednesday. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
All right. So have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you on Wednesday.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Have a nice day.
You too. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.